Boys and girls, Asia's 2026 World Cup qualification groups have been drawn. We're going to be doing a blind reaction in today's video of the groups. The second round of qualification concluded, and this is going to be the third and final round for Asia's qualification for the 2026 World Cup. I haven't seen what the groups are. This is going to be a complete blind reaction, giving you all my thoughts on it. But of course, we will do a more in-depth video talking about each group and of course the Iranian national team. And if you love Asian football and more specifically the Iranian national team, make sure you're subscribed because we're going to be doing loads of content throughout the duration of qualification and for the World Cup. That includes watch alongs and all of that good stuff. So make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But now let's check out the groups that the nations were drawn in. And as I said, I haven't seen these. I don't know what the groups are and what group Iran is in. And let's take a peep. All right, right off the bat, Iran is in Group A. They are with Qatar, Uzbekistan, UAE, Kyrgyzstan, and North Korea. The top two teams qualify automatically, as you guys can see in the green highlight, and then teams 3 and 4 go into a fourth round playoff match. Initial thoughts, of course, we all know I'm an Iranian national team fan. I'm Iranian. I would have liked Iran to have been in a little bit of a tougher group because definitely since like the 2018 qualification, like I think 2014, we had a fairly tough group, definitely with where Iranian football was at the time. 2018's was okay, but 2022's was pretty easy. And I think that's why we ran into so many troubles leading into the World Cup because we just kind of caked walk our group. We didn't know what did we need to really work on because we were winning, we weren't losing, and there was this false sense of we're so good and we are perfect. Not necessarily, but like because of the qualification group we were in, it was so easy, it was so straightforward. It was kind of a cakewalk. Our only challenging opponent was South Korea, and we did lose to in one of the matches. That was our only loss in qualification. But when looking at this group, we got Qatar. I think that's a huge plus. I did really want them. I want vengeance for the Asian Cup. Will it make up for it? Absolutely not, because we should have won that game. Uzbekistan, again, we have a really good record against the White Lions. And if anything, to all the Uzbeks watching this, I really want to see you guys finish second in this group. I'm a huge fan of the rise of Uzbekistan's national team, the football, because in my opinion, they are big time the Asian country on the up. In my opinion, anyway, I think they are the Asian country on the up. I really hope they finish second. And I'm actually kind of happy again that they are in this group with Iran because Iran played okay, to say the least, against Uzbekistan. When they played in Uzbekistan, they were up 2-0, kind of coasting in that game, but then threw it away and it ended 2-2. And then in Iran, it was the final game of the second round of qualification. And the game didn't matter for either team. It was just basically who could finish first, who could finish second. It was like a little bit of a pride match in Tehran. And that was a pretty dull match. UAE, okay opponents. They've fallen off. North Korea, they're kind of the interesting one. Will they end up playing all their matches? Will most of the countries play in North Korea? I do think that's really cool, but I really would have liked Iran to have a little bit more of a challenging group. I wanted us to get tested in qualification, actually have some challenges, have some nations that will make Alanoi, the federation, think twice about their decisions on who they call up, who deserves to still be getting called up. Because for Iran right now, a lot of fans were hoping Alanoi would be calling up more of the younger kids, have that healthy mixture of veteran players with young budding stars, but we haven't seen any of them. A lot of them have been just getting called up to be there and watch like fans like the rest of us. They don't actually get any significant minutes. And in my opinion, that previous round was a good time to play the younger players like Hazbavi, Hossein Nejat, those young budding stars for the national team that should be playing over these old heads that, in all honesty, just suck. And that previous round of qualification was a great opportunity, in my opinion, to do that because, like, if you're not going to play them against the likes of, like, Hong Kong, then it's going to be a lot tougher for them to play against teams like Qatar and Uzbekistan. But then again, they could step up to the plate. We'll see what happens. That's a whole other tangent. Now, moving on to Group B. So South Korea's group. On paper, looks pretty easy like Iran's. Iraq, Jordan, Oman, Palestine, Kuwait. This is a huge opportunity. In my opinion, I think the big talking point for this group is is for Iraq. My Iraqi fans, if you guys are watching this, I have no bad blood, even though we are international rivals. I have no bad blood for you guys. You guys killed it in the Asian Cup, of course. Fumbled in that knockout round game, I believe, which was against Jordan, where you guys get a second chance of vengeance. But I bet you guys probably rather have just won that match. This is a huge chance for you guys to finally qualify, which I believe would be their first ever World Cup. I mean, literally, this group is, in my opinion, in chronological order of how I think it would finish. This is how I think the group would finish. South Korea, this should be a cakewalk. Obviously, there's this whole dilemma with who should be the next coach, the successor to Jurgen Klinsmann. We'll see who they end up appointing. That's the big question. And for the federation, they might not take it as seriously when they see how easy their qualification group is. Like, oh, we could take anybody. We could hire anybody in the head coaching role, and they can probably easily get them through. Like, hire my boy Albert. He could easily manage this team to get out of this group of qualification and qualify them for the World Cup. And now I'm kind of itching to see the final group, which this is definitely the toughest one of the bunch, and how Japan, Australia, and Saudi Arabia, again, I believe for 3 straight qualification cycles in the third round, have drawn each other. Like, I'm not, you guys have to fact check me here, but I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd straight time that these 3 have been in the group together. 2018, 2022, and now for 2026. That's an absolute madness. Bahrain, China, Indonesia, my prayers go out to you, because there is no chance any of you guys will get out of here. You're basically dogfighting for that 4th place spot, in my opinion. That means one of these 3 big nations won't get the automatic qualification spot. But I'm confident, similarly to last time where Australia fell in the 3rd spot, they played in the playoff, they made it through. I'm confident the same thing will happen again. All in all, definitely Group C is the toughest one from the 3. Iran's group, I wish was a little bit tougher. I would have liked to have seen Australia, Saudi. Basically, I wouldn't have minded if we were in Japan's group. I really wanted Iran to get a tougher group in qualification. I want us to be challenged going into the World Cup. I want questions to be asked, because I don't want the questions to be asked a couple of months before the World Cup. I want it to be asked months before, where you can prepare and actually build tactics and know the personnel that will make the difference for this team. And that won't be the case. We'll see what ends up happening in qualification, and then obviously friendlies leading up to it. These are the groups. They're fairly straightforward. But of course, we'll do some in-depth analysis talking about each group in separate videos. This was just going to be a blind reaction to the groups. But nonetheless, boys and girls, you guys got to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of all the groups for the final round of qualification in Asia for the 2026 World Cup. Which one's the most challenging group? What do you guys think of Iran's group? Will we see any surprise packages in these matches leading to the World Cup? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I hope you'll have a lovely day.